ecosystem of modern law enforcement, an exit from one agency is rarely a career-ending event. It is more often a strategic intermission, a brief pause, before sliding into a different uniform in a neighboring jurisdiction. This systemic sleight of hand is known as the officer shuffle. When a department faces a compromised officer, temptation to quietly pass the problem along often outweighs the heavy labor of true accountability. But paperwork does not vanish just because a badge changes lapels. To understand how dirty cops are successfully laundered back into the public sector, you have to look at the linguistic gymnastics of internal discipline. When the Massachusetts State Police investigated Khalil Mafhum's midnight cover-up of his cruiser crash, the raw facts pointed directly to a profound, calculated deception. Yet, the final disciplinary paperwork deliberately avoided the explicit charge of lack of candor. Why? Because in the high-stakes politics of policing, a formal, sustained finding of lack of candor or false reporting triggers a legal landmine known as the Brady Rule. It is an administrative death sentence that legally forces prosecutors to disclose an officer's dishonesty to defense attorneys in every future criminal case, effectively ruining their utility in court. To protect the agency from the fallout of a Brady designation and to sidestep the threat of costly civil service appeals, leadership chose a calculated compromise. They sanitized the misconduct under the gentler banner of unsatisfactory performance, framing a multi-layered cover-up as a mere lapse in professional judgment. This administrative softening was paired with an even more insidious institutional escape hatch, allowing an errant officer to quietly resign in lieu of being formally fired. Forcing a resignation rather than issuing an outright termination is a profound betrayal of the public trust. It halts the internal disciplinary clock, keeps state-level certifications intact or merely restricted, instead of permanently revoked, and hands the officer a clean envelope to take to the next municipality. It is the cornerstone of the reputation laundromat, a mechanism built entirely to protect the badge at the direct expense of the community. This laundering pipeline leads directly to the front steps of the Watertown Police Department. Who signed the dotted line on Watertown's most radioactive background check? Hiring an officer with a sanitized state police file, a forced resignation, a multi-state residency footprint anchored nearly 60 miles away in New Hampshire, and a history of 4 immigration-related marriages in 11 years, required an institutional blindfold of epic proportions. Whether through negligent vetting or intentional administrative blindness, the gatekeepers breached the perimeter. They traded foundational integrity for superficial utility, prioritizing the PR optics of a multilingual recruit over the non-negotiable statutory requirements of honesty and compliance. When a department builds its public identity around polished mission statements and progressive acronyms while its internal mechanics are compromised, it constructs a Potemkin village, a hollow facade designed to hide an undesirable reality from the public. In Episode 4, we examine what happens when citizens look behind that facade, testing the limits of public records laws and meeting an immediate institutional wall.